After their warm-up track, Connie and Savage ran this one. It was 1 hour old and it's 500 meters long. You can see I'm filming from the other side because it's a fairly busy road, but most of these cars are cars that were leaving from the big church down the road. So it caused quite a bit of turbulence as he walked along here. It was a long straight line with a ton of really interesting transitions, road crosses, hedges, dips into parking lots, and Savage calmly worked them out, gathering up speed as he went along here, as Connie gave him line. Not too much line here because of the traffic being so close by. In this section here, Kathy, the track layer, actually went up between the big trees and the building. And you can see all along here how carefully Savage is weaving in and out and checking the trees. We didn't really expect him to go to the building, but it's really interesting to see the scent cone there and how the scent spread under the tree boughs. Because of the turbulence of the cars, you can see where there's a big opening to a parking lot. Savage pokes his head in because they have pushed the scent from Kathy laying this into the parking lot and into some of these trees. So he occasionally, like there, checks it out. And so we have to be really careful when we're following our dogs not to be suspicious that they're just checking out critter scent. It could be, so we have to know their body language. But the scent is blowing over because of the turbulence caused by the nearby cars. So here he just has the slightest weaves, but not enough to say there's a change in direction. Kathy also alternated between walking on the sidewalk and walking on the veg, back and forth along the track. And in some of the more crowded areas, she stayed on the sidewalk. And that was interesting because it's a driveway in, so it caused him to sort of weave back and forth a little bit. And there he's checking quite a big drop off. It's about 12 feet. So he's giving a lot of thought to this bush, and you can see here that he starts to step off to the right along this last bit of the straight line, and it does turn right into that parking lot. So he's picking up that the track goes right, not just from the turbulence of the cars that might sink down into the parking lot, but also the turbulence of the track direction change coming up. So they're ear up, alert to the parking lot. Consistently working to Connie's right here. And I was actually wondering if he would just go downhill, but he didn't. And when he got to this cutout in the boulevard. It was quite a drastic change, and probably a lot of car turbulence was going into the sidewalk here, which was really nice paver stones. So Savage takes a minute to think about whether he should make his turn or not, because it's not quite the same consistency as it was along the boulevards. So Connie's just letting him check back and forth until he makes his decision to go. There he is processing. Patience is really important when we follow our dogs. She's not going to let him go out onto the road, of course. And there he goes. Now, it could have crossed the road, but she knew it didn't. So for safety, we made sure she knew that. And here he hits the boulevards. And I was remembering watching him last spring when he was about 6 months old. We tried to do a parking lot with boulevards like this, and it was a big discovery for him. And this time he's hitting those boulevards so confidently. And as he gets closer and closer to this big building, you can start to see him pick up speed. And we start to see some really clear alerts there that Kathy is ahead. And there she is. All in all, he covered that ground really quickly. Not quite 8 minutes. A really nice, consistent pace. Really calm handling. Really good work by Savage.
Oh, he did.
He's a really exciting
It was
young
a
dog.
long straight line,
And
but
Connie
it
is
was a
just the
lot of
perfect match for him.
transitions.
And he does a lot of other things, not just tracking. So we're really happy to have Connie tracking with us.